So here we're going to show you how to set up this web debugger just using a simple DHT sensor, and this is running through the serial port to our PC. And as you can see, we have our charts and our tiles here with all the information back from our DHT temperature sensor. So first we just need to wire up the DHT sensor to our board, and in this case we're using the MKR 1000. But we're not connecting through Wi-Fi, we are just running it through the serial port. So first we've taken the standard DHT example, and we'll want to set the debugger to be serial. Ensure you've changed the DHT type to the specific sensor that you're using, and the pin to the pin you've wired it up to. And then we're going to take out all of the normal serial prints, as we don't need these, as we'll be sending it to the web interface. And we'll also just have to change all of the floats to be integers, just for compatibility with our library at present. This will be updated to handle the floats. So first we're going to want to include the vmwebdebug.h file, but at present we haven't installed the library. So there's a link in the description to where you can download this zip file. So we'll now install that zip as we downloaded it earlier. If you just select where you downloaded it from, or to, sorry, and there we go. So we just have to go and rescan toolchains and libraries, so it picks that up, and our IntelliSense error will go away. So now we just need to add a small amount of code to allow the web debugger to know to create the panels and add all of the tiles. So first we'll create our panel at index 0, and we'll call it DHT sensor. And then we'll add in a slider and a tile and a gauge, as we saw initially. And there are examples in the library for each of these items, and we just need to send them through the serial port to be picked up. So if you set your board and your COM port, and then ensure that you've got the debugger set to serial and that you've checked the export web debugger experimental option. So once those are all set, you just do your build and upload to your board as normal, and when that's finished, as we see here in the output window, there'll be some extra output, and we can just press Control and click on the link, and this will load a web page, and there's a command prompt in the background which will show you all of the traffic between the two. So here we can see the actual messages sent through the serial port. The debug tab is empty, as we haven't enabled any breakpoints or watches. So the DHT sensor tab, as you can see here, is automatically displaying the tiles and charts as we requested in the code, and the values will keep changing as the sensor changes. You can also press the download button to pull down a CSV of all the data since the web debugger started, and the little plus minus allows you to collapse the tiles out of the way. So it's that simple to set up a very quick web interface for a DHT temperature sensor using Visual Micro.